Well, hello there, everyone, and greetings. I'm Reverend Deborah Johnson, also known as Rev D. Welcome. Welcome to Inner Light Ministries, our weekly virtual gathering where we come together to recalibrate. We come together to remember. We come here to just take a deep breath. And I invite you to do that right now, just to take that deep breath. We give ourselves permission to, yes, be in the world, but not of it, to go to that transcendent place of awareness. We come here to remember spiritual truths, to apply them to everything that's going on in our lives. We come here to be in community together. And I say thank you. Thank you for being with us. Whether this is your first time, whether you've been with us through the decades, I know that it's no accident. It's no accident that we are on this sojourn together. You might be looking at this in what we call like real time in early February 2026, or you could be looking at this, like a few years from now. It's kind of like a love letter to the future as I'm talking to you. But I know that whenever it is that you're tuning into this, that it is the divine right time. And each time that you come back to this, you're going to get something that you didn't get before. So I'm going to invite you up front to already have the intent to come back to this again. At Inner Light, we are an open, we are a diverse, we are an inclusive spiritual community. We are made up of individuals, we're made up of organizations, people from all different kinds of walks of life and backgrounds, political affiliations or not, religious, spiritual traditions, or not, gender expressions, family configurations, the whole nine yards. Okay, we are all here. We've got carnivores and vegans and club hoppers and 12 steppers. We're here. We have anarchists, libertarians, Democrats, Republicans, people who are like, let's not even have politics at all. We're all here. Okay. And we work it out. That's the thing, is that we come here to have a shared experience. Okay. We are about applying universal spiritual principles to everything, We are about healing from the energy of love and the revealing of our own inner light. And this love it's omni-faith. It's not like a particular faith. You can't patent the truth. It's the stuff of faith. Whether you are into an organized religion, whether you are like earth-based, even if you just like believe in something, and something is your organizing principle. We are here celebrating that organizing principle. We embody spiritual oneness. We appreciate your individualized expressions, and we honor all paths that lead to spiritual truth, that lead to social justice, that lead to environmental sustainability and regeneration. Welcome. Welcome. We are all here. I just take a breath. What a time we are in. I last month, and it was like around January the 10th or something like that, And I was at one of the protests that spontaneous, protests that were happening around the country when ICE killed Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I was the downtown Las Vegas, and I there's always at least one sign that truly I feel like captures the moment beyond the specifics of what it is that's going on. And it was a little sign that was right in front of me. Now, mind you, this is about January 10th, 2026 or so. We had invaded Venezuela. There was just like all these different things that had gone on for the beginning of the year. And the sign said, 2026 has been the longest year. And I thought, touche, touche. And I know many of us are feeling this. And I've been particularly reflective. If you're looking at this in real time, February the 8th, 2026, tomorrow's my birthday. And it's one of those milestone, marker kind of birthdays. Inner Light a couple of weeks ago just entered into our 30th year. And so I've been just doing a lot of reflection and thinking about sort of legacy and what is that stuff that we pass on. So we're going to be talking today about rethinking what we've learned. Rethinking what we've learned. And then I'll be talking about that more obviously in the message. But to help us to kind of ground in that, we always provide affirmative activations. These are principles, and they are precepts, they're practices, they're perspectives, principles. It's a way of looking at things. And when we embody them, when we share them now, it's just to expose you to them. But you can find them on our website. You can come back to this, watch it on the archive in YouTube. You can take a screenshot on your computer. If you're on your computer, you can get your phone and take a picture of it. But you want to make sure that you can keep this in front of you. Okay. So if you are able to, I'm going to invite you to say these affirmative activations along with me as they come up on your screen. Life is filled with spiritual paradoxes, seemingly opposite things, both true. To have something, let it go. Don't detach when non-attaching. Vulnerability liberates strength. Healed pain makes power possible. Tribulations are triumphs in the making. The road forward leads us back. Always turn within before reaching out. Learning is remembering the truth that we already know. To see more clearly, look beyond what's in front of you. Forgive before transgressions occur. Love those who hurt you. Have faith in the unseen. Claim clarity in the confusion. Trust divine order more than your plans. Growth requires rethinking what I've been taught. Let that sink in for a moment. Okay. There are a plethora of these paradoxes that are in there. Okay. Some of them we may resonate with very quickly, like the road forward leads us back. Maybe it's something like growth requires rethinking what I've been taught. Maybe there's something that's kind of a growing edge for us. Like, don't detach when non-attaching, or have faith in the unseen. Forgive before transgressions occur. Just notice. Just notice. Maybe there's something that takes you like way out your comfort zone. Like trust divine order more than your plans. Or love those who hurt you. Just breathe those in. And when you come back to them, I invite you to just spend a little bit of extra time on those things that are really resonating, those things that are challenging you. Okay, let it find a resting place in you. And even if you just choose one, like one line out of all of them, and really be with it, contemplate it, dwell on it a little bit. Let it find a resting place in your heart where it can take root. Let's breathe it in. To help to cultivate our consciousness for talking about rethinking what we've learned, I invite in one of our dear friends of the Inner Light community. I'm working on a couple of things with him now, and just really, really appreciate his consciousness, Mr. Gary Lynn Floyd.
I got nothing here inside my head. I think I used up all the words I said. I keep on trying to fill up this space, wishing I was in a different place when I got nothing. Can I simply be when I got nothing? Nothing's alright with me. I got nothing but an empty page staring at me as I make my way. Must I try to fill in all the blanks, or surrender with a heart of thanks when I got nothing? I can clearly see when I got nothing. Nothing's alright with me. Nothing's alright when I got nothing. Nothing's alright when I got nothing. I got something here inside of me, and I welcome my awakening. As it is, it was, and will ever be. Love will lift me up and carry me when I got nothing. I can clearly see when I got nothing. Nothing's alright with me. Nothing's alright when I got nothing. Nothing's alright when I got nothing. Nothing's alright with me. Nothing's alright with me.
Let's breathe that in. When I have nothing, nothing's all right with me. It's a good example of a paradox. Today, we're talking about how we have to rethink what it is that we've learned. I believe that just essential to being able to understand life, and to be able to grow, to be able to heal, to be able to transform, is to learn how to not just recognize, but to appreciate and cooperate with the paradoxes of life. So a paradox is a situation where you have two things that seem to be complete opposites, but they are in fact both true. In the affirmative activations that we just went over, I gave you like 20 of them, of these things that, like, to have something, let it go. Strengths in the vulnerability. It's kind of like, huh? And here's the thing, is that take a breath. Take a breath. Learning, true spiritual learning, is the process of remembering what you already know. Remembering what you already know. But here's the situation. It's like we have two banks of information going on inside of us. One is our personal truth. It's the data, the experiences, our hereditary things, cultural influences, the decisions we've made, our personality. It's like all of that makes up one bank of knowledge. I'll refer to that as our personal truth with the little t. But then there's the universal principles, the everlasting. We are made in that image and likeness. We are made out of that creative stuff. We are in this world with all our personality stuff, but that's not where we're from. That's we're not of it. We're of something else. Okay. I'll call that our spiritual truth with a capital T. Okay. So we come up against these situations all of the time. All of the time. This is as basic as it is opening up the Bible in Genesis, okay, of standing before the two trees in the eastern part, the inner part of the Garden of Eden. Okay. Standing before the tree of life, which would be like our spiritual truth, and the tree from the knowledge of good and evil, which would be like our smaller t, personal truth. We are forever before these two trees and having to decide which it is that we will partake of. But here's the catcher. Okay. It isn't just simply like, okay, we have these two trees. This is an apple. This is an orange. Can I choose an apple over an orange? It's a little bit more complicated than that. Take a breath. Take a breath. The things that we're taught in the world, we are taught from that personal truth kind of a standpoint, not just our individual truth, but the truth that we've learned from collective consciousness, okay, that's full of our ego stuff. Okay. And our ego is always into contrast, comparison, competition. It knows itself by distinction. It's this because it's not that. Almost everything in our lives is this juxtaposition of one thing versus another, because none of that stuff is absolute. Like, tall is not an absolute. Okay. If you're a male and you're 2 years old and you're 4 feet tall, you're tall as far as we're concerned. If you're a male and you're 40 years old and you're 4 feet tall, we say you're not tall. Okay. It's the same 4 feet. 4 feet isn't an absolute tall or not. Everything is this kind of contrast, and comparison. So here's what happens with us. Here's what happens. It's that the stuff that we learn in the world about how to get ahead, about how to, take control of this situation, how to be the captain of your own ship, how to, move forward in the world. It isn't, I'm not going to say that stuff is like bad or that even that it doesn't work, because it will. It just has a shelf life. It can only go so far. Listen to what I'm saying. It can only go so far. What happens is that with the stuff that we try to use in the world to get ahead, we get to the point where that bag of tricks just won't work anymore. It won't work. That way of being in relationship, that way of treating your body temple, that way of managing your life, it tops out. It tops out. And you get into what in probability is referred to as the law of diminishing returns. It's a business concept that's come out of probability, which basically means that if you keep using the exact same input, instead of getting more, it's going to be counter. It's going to work against you. It's going to give you less than what you're actually looking for. And this is with everything that's in the material world. There comes a point when you reach the optimum. Okay. And if you go beyond that, that very same thing is not going to be a blessing to you. It's going to work against you. I don't care what it is. Exercise is good. Yes, until it's not. Okay. Until you reach a point where you stress the body out and you need to back off. You need to back off. Communicating. Okay. Being open, being honest with people, sharing your feeling. That's good. Okay. Until it's not. Okay. At that point, when you just start regurgitating, like all of your feelings and smothering people with everything that's going on, and you're just like constantly all in your emotions, you wear people out, including yourself. Okay. It's good to take care of your kids and to provide for them. Wonderful. Until it's not. Okay. If you keep providing for them all the time, you're going to handicap them. They're going to become dependent upon you and never really learn how to take care of themselves. Okay. So this rethinking that has to happen is this idea that there's just this one thing that works, and if I just keep working it, it's the way to success. No. No. When you're first learning something, maybe it's a new skill, it could even be something like a dance step, driving a car, whatever. At first, you might be very mechanical with it. Like 1, 2, cha cha cha, 3, 4, cha cha cha. Okay, you're going through the motions, but you're not really dancing yet. Okay, you're not really dancing until you let go of the thinking about it. Okay, and you allow yourselves to just be with it. You're playing an instrument. It's the same thing, like when you just forget the notes, you're singing, you're not trying to worry about all of that, and you let the feeling tone, come up within you. So you yield to all the practice, you yield to all the things that you thought that you knew, and then you let something come in you, the dance itself. And it takes a certain degree of trust that you will have the power, you will have the note, that you will blend. It doesn't mean that you're not paying any attention anymore, but you're not trying to control everything. Trying to control everything. And we're taught to believe that if we're not in control, then it's out of control. No. No. It's just not true. It's just not true. Take a breath. Take a breath. I remind us of this often. It's a quote from Lao Tzu, from the Tao Te Ching, where he says, every day in the pursuit of knowledge, something is added. And the practice of the Tao, something is released. Okay, something is let go. So listen to what I'm saying here. That we live in a society that's so forward driven and goal oriented, and we're always wanting to get like more. We're always trying to add on to what we have. But in the real spiritual practice, it's the opposite. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. In the real deep spiritual practice, it's not about getting more. It's about releasing. It's about letting go. Letting go. See, we are already perfect, whole, and complete. We already are that. We keep thinking that we have some sort of like fatal flaw. There's some reason why we can't move ahead. It's something that we did. It's something that we didn't do. It's something our mama did, our daddy did, our grandparents did, or didn't do. Something that we accomplished, something we haven't accomplished. It's like there's always this thing in our minds that becomes the reason why not. There is no reason why not. There is no reason why not. We're like, a couple of Sundays ago, I was given this analogy about having gone to Italy as a teenager and seeing Michelangelo's some of his artistic works, the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, and just these extraordinary things. And I was sharing particularly about his statue, the David, where, I'd seen pictures of it, and it seemed like perfect, like a perfect sculpture. But wow, that thing is like alive. It just, wow. I remember having to touch it just to see, like, does it have a vibration? Wow, it's so not just massive, but it's alive. And he said he already saw it within. He wasn't carving the David, he was releasing the David. Okay. It was trapped inside the stone. So he was having to clear away that which doesn't belong in order for it to be released. And that's how we are. It's like our majesty is stuck in stone of judgment, of lack, of limitation, of fear, trepidation, unforgiveness, worry, concern, low self-esteem, like all of these things. You just have to let them drop. You just let them drop. Okay? Because there's a you in there that's perfect, whole, and complete. I remember when I was in practitioner training in the mid 80s with Beckwith, well, he wasn't Reverend then, Michael Beckwith. He was in ministerial school at the same place where I was taking practitioner training at the former headquarters of religious science in Los Angeles when they were still headquartered there. And so we're there in the Institute, and he says about me one day in front of everybody that my problem was I didn't want to be vulnerable. Oh, he pissed me off. I mean, I was so pissed off, especially since I felt I had been so vulnerable, particularly after having just come out of this really, really public lawsuit that set precedent for the inclusion of sexual orientation into not just California's civil rights bill, but for the whole nation. And it was a media zoo. Gloria Allred was my attorney. It was like this really big thing. It got certified for publication. It was in all the news. It was in Ms. Magazine, Jet Mag. It was like all over the place. Say, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even want to be vulnerable. But it was true. It was true. I didn't get it then, but I was of that ilk that vulnerability made you weak. It made you weak. Okay. So it took me a long time to really grasp and see it's the other way around. It's the other way around. I mentor quite a few of my colleagues, particularly my younger colleagues. And I'm always sharing this with them, that as a spiritual leader, your congregation isn't looking for you to be perfect. Don't try to hide it all. Don't try to dress it all up. So if you really want their trust, let them see you. Let them see your humanity. Let them see how you're working through things just like they are. And that helps to build the trust. I've witnessed this, through the years. The people who are willing to claim all of themselves, whatever that is, the abuse that they've gone through, the incarcerations they've gone through, the divorces, the illnesses, the addictions, when they're able to just be with it, own it. It doesn't mean that they have to stay in it, but to integrate it all into their life experience, it actually gives them more power. More power. When people can see, oh, they went through this or that and they overcame it. Like, wow. Wow. There was so much, I felt like Alice in Wonderland, okay, where the things I thought I knew, like I didn't know, or everything seemed to be completely the opposite of what it is that we're taught, and that is the truth. Okay, that is the truth. Just breathe that in for a moment. That we've been taught and what we've learned is from the ego survival method. But if we really want to grow and we really want to flourish, we not only have to let that go, but we have to think differently. And how we think differently may be at complete odds with what it is that we think we have been taught. Okay. You might have been taught to protect your heart. Okay. To don't share too much. Like, don't open up. Make sure you keep that upper hand. Like, no. That's not the way that you are going to get to an unconditionally loving relationship. Okay. We're taught that know what you're getting into, so to speak. Don't make agreements. Don't say yes until you really know what you're saying yes to. In the spiritual world, it is just completely the opposite. Okay. Yes is on the front end. It's on the front end. Okay. We're saying yes to life on the front end. It's the foundation stone. It's the cornerstone. Yes to the oneness with the divine up front. Not just when we know what's going to happen. Think about this for a moment. Okay, so I officiate a lot of weddings. In the wedding vows themselves, it either says this explicitly or it is implicitly implied. The I do. The I do. Okay. The sickness, health, better, worse, richer, poorer, all the rest of that. It is this acknowledgement that you don't know. You don't know. And don't wait until things happen. And then after each circumstance, try to make the determination as to whether you're going to stay or not, or whether you're going to work through this or not. Make that commitment before you even get in the marriage. Listen to what I'm saying. If you really want the marriage to last, make the commitment before you get in it. Because if you wait and try to determine after every single little thing that happens, do I stay? Do I not stay? Is this going to work? Is it going to not work? Then you are constantly looking at the outer to be the indication to you of what you're going to do. It's the other way around. You set your intent up front. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it. And that attitude of I'm in it is what will give you the strength to forgive. It's what will give you the stamina to keep going when it gets hard. It's the stuff that will inspire you to keep refreshing and renewing the relationship. It's like this with everything. If you become a parent, it's the same thing. You don't know what's going to happen. You got no idea what's going to happen. Okay? But when you make that decision to parent and to bring that child in the world, You're saying yes. You're saying yes ahead of time. You're not just saying yes to that kid, but you're saying yes to parenting and parenthood. Everything that comes with it. Whether you like the kid or not. Okay? I mean, let's just be real here. Sometimes it's phases and stages. Sometimes they can be like real disappointments and letdowns. But your loving can't be conditioned upon what they're doing. You have to rise to your own standard of what you think it means to be a good parent. And stick with it. Whether they appear to be rejecting you or not. Stuff seems like it's the opposite of everything that we've been taught. You forgive ahead of time. You don't wait until things happen. You're grateful ahead of time. You wake up in the morning with the attitude of gratitude. It is this adjuster. Take a breath. And one of the affirmations, it talks about how don't go into detachment when you're getting into non-attachment. That non-attachment is another one of those really big paradoxes. When we become too attached to something, we become fixated on it. We become tunnel visioned. We begin to believe that whatever it is that we're perceiving is not only the best or the right, but most often the only way that something can happen. Our sense of attachment cuts us off from alternatives. Okay, from other options. It closes our minds to possibilities. And part of that reason why we stay so particularly attached to things is because we don't trust. We don't trust that there could be something else that could be as good, or that my life might actually be better if I didn't have this thing. There's no concept of that. So we're stuck in that survival mode of I gotta have this, or whatever that or thing is that we think that we have. When you're doing your visualizations, when you are affirming the things that you want, don't have too much attachment. You say, well, but aren't I supposed to be specific and all that? Yes, but just to the point where it's pointing you in a certain direction, but then let it go. That's why I always tell people, affirm the spiritual qualities that it represents. Affirm the health, the wholeness, the security, the prosperity, the balance, the success, the clarity, whatever that is, that's the vibrancy, the sense of well-being, whatever that is that's underneath whatever it is that you're striving for. That's what you want to be able to focus your attention on, but then don't have too many expectations about exactly how that has to be. Open it up. Open it up. Okay. But also be careful to not detach. Okay. When we detach, we get into a place of complete indifference. When we detach, we get into a place of separation. Okay. You might want to get into a place of non-attachment about this job or this relationship where you're not strangling it to death. Okay. But when you detach, you disengage. Okay. When you detach, you start to get into that sense of separation, and you don't want to do that. Okay. You don't want to abandon people, even if you're leaving. Okay. There's still this oneness, there's still this wholeness, there's still this mutual respect that we have for one another. Okay. You want to stay in that. You know, another one of those paradoxes that the way forward seems to take you back. Well, it's because nothing's a straight line. Okay. Everything is spiraling. It's circling. So you come back to it before you can actually move forward. If we take something like a 12-step program, okay, yes, you're moving towards your sobriety, but in order to get towards your sobriety completely, you're going to have to go back and make some amends. It's not this straight line. And I know even in our society, it's making me crazy right now, because I don't like going back. Okay. And I just have to like keep breathing sometimes. Like, oh God, here we go again. But I know that a lot of the things that we're going through at the collective level, we have to go through at the collective level because we didn't completely heal it before. That's another reason why we come back. We don't come back because we failed. We come back because there's the next level to do. Okay. You forgave as much as you could then, but now you've grown in your capacity to forgive. Okay. So it's like a graduation. It's like a promote. It's not a failure that you're back to this again. It's the sign that you have a greater capacity to do more with it. Okay. So we have to unlearn that notion that if I really mastered this, I'd never have to go through it again. No, that's just false. That's may give our ego some incentive to try to move forward, to heal. If I heal this, I'll never have to do it again. But no, after a while, we even let that go. Let that go on the path. And we realize that moving forward is going to be a continuous going back and cleaning things up, going back, reclaiming, going back, remembering, going back and healing. And as we start to go with the flow of all of this and start to embrace these so-called paradoxes, life becomes simpler, better, easier. It becomes more alive and vibrant. It becomes, you become more awestruck. You're just marveling at the way that God shows up and Spirit shows up and works things out in ways that you just couldn't even begin to imagine were possible before. Or instead of it being this scripted out experience of your life, you're going with the flow of it and enjoying more bounty than you ever could have imagined. Okay? And that's not what we're taught. So we have this decision that's always before us. Do I keep reinforcing the fears, the worries, the concerns, the doubts? Or do I stretch myself wide open to new possibilities that can occur in ways that I hadn't even imagined? The choice is ours. Nothing's ever wasted. So all of those skills and talents and experiences and whatnot that you have, they'll get used. They just won't drive the bus. It'll be a question of, do you make all of your plans and then try to bring spiritual principles, God, the laws in to do your bidding? Or the reverse? Do you show up and say, I'm ready and I'm available for divine order and right action? Here I am, use me. Where you're yielding to plans and things you didn't create, you may not understand, you may not even be aware of, but it's like the marriage vow to the universe or the marriage vow to God, the marriage vow to life. You say, I do. I do. Before you even know what it's all about and enjoy the incredible journey. Take a breath. Let's take a journey now. Let's take a journey into prayer. We just breathe. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Just say yes. Yes to the goodness, yes to the bounty, yes to the wholeness. Yes to the divine order, yes to the right action. Yes to the oneness. Yes to the creativity. Yes to the newness, the restoration. Yes to the reconciliation. Just say yes to the promise, to the possibilities, to the fulfillment. Yes. Yes to the wholeness. Yes to the equality and the justice. Yes to the room enough for all. I say yes to this and so much more. Not inviting it in some abstract concept, but accepting that all of this existed before I even was born or arrived. It's the foundation stone of life, and I just stand upon it. I live in it, I move in it, I have my being in it. I'm a full embodiment and expression of it. So let the healings begin. Let the bounties flow. We take the shackles off our feet so we can dance. In that place of absolute gratitude, I say, thank you, God. Thank you for being all needs met. Healing in the body temple. Financial. Sustenance. All needs met. Thank you for being clarity, even in the midst of so-called confusion. Thank you for being peace. That peace that passes all human understanding. Thank you for being compassion and empathy. Thank you for being wholeness, justice, liberty, equality, freedom. Thank you for being food and shelter, clothing, safe space, community, creativity. education, healthcare, anything and everything that we need to be thriving. Not just surviving, but thriving. Even when we don't know where the avenue's going to come from. Even when it looks like things in the world are going topsy-turvy, I know that there's a divine order and that there is a divine plan. Healing doesn't always look pretty. But we judge not by the appearances. We pierce through it all and dare to call it forth. That calm that's in the middle of the storm. That health that's right there in that body that seems to be diseased. The unconditional love that's right in the midst of that strife. Call it forth. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We breathe that in. If you have a prayer request, there's something on your heart, regardless of what it is or whom it's about, you, a loved one, the nation, whatever, give us a call. Our prayer ministry can be reached at 831-465-9090 at extension 254. You can send us an email at the number 4 and the word prayer at innerlightministries.com. We have teams of people, prayer practitioners who are waiting, who are available, who will get right back to you, who will send you prayers. Don't go it alone. Even if you just want somebody to stand with you in a praise report or the awareness that something extraordinary is unfolding, we will stand with you in agreement. Thank you. Thank you. We just take that breath. Thank you for being part and participating in the spiritual community. It is, like I said, there's just so much. There's just so much that's going on. If you're looking at this in real time, I invite you to go to our website and check out the next Pulled by Vision workshop, which will be coming up on this Saturday, February the 14th. It's a free socio-political play shop. And it's an opportunity for us to literally recalibrate to these vibrations that I'm talking about. Bring your markers, your pens. We do visioning for some of the big issues like immigration and democracy and global relations and healthcare. Just peace. We just come. We're in small facilitated groups. It's an extraordinary opportunity. We do it every month on the second Saturday. It starts at 10 p.m. Pacific time. And we invite you to join us. And I want to remind everybody about the food bank. Okay, our food bank is at Santa Cruz Bible now. It's still on Thursdays at noon. Okay, we're very fortunate in the Santa Cruz area to live in a bread basket. We're all year round. We have access to fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Make sure, please. It's farmers market style, so you can pick whatever it is that you want to pick. Thank you to all the volunteers who do that. Special shout out to Daniel Moyer and Miguel Aznar for being the leads of this for such a long time, to all of our volunteers. And particularly at this time when there's so many people who are afraid to come out because of ICE, or they can't because of whatever reason. please, go by, pick up the food and take it to them. Okay, just take it to them. Or you can even have some spot where you tell people, hey, it's there, and they can come and get it. But let's not have anybody go hungry now. No, but let's do our part to help spread the wealth. It's all free. It's all free. We just need to make sure that it gets to people. And I invite you to participate in that. Speaking of participation, thank you for your gifts, your offerings. You'll see a screen will come up with some different methodologies or methods that you can use, different payment portals, and every last one of them, it all goes ultimately to the same place, which is about the healing and the growth, the transformation, about getting this word out, touching people so we can live this vision that we're talking about. There's a QR code that you can use there that will allow you to do PayPal, any debit or credit card. You can use any debit or credit card in the text to give as well. You'll see that if you are prone to something like Zelle or to Venmo, the handle there is accounting at Inner Light Ministries for both of those. $ Inner Light Ministries for Cash App. If you're on the website, you can just go right over to our, if you're online, you can go right over to our website and push the donate button there. Mail-in is also appreciated. P.O. Box 1029, SoCal, California, 95073. And remember that your gift is what sustains us. We're an independent spiritual community. We don't have big endowments. We're not part of a big denomination. So even if this is your very first time, please know that your gift makes the difference. Let's take a moment and bless our gifts. Say that our every act produces abundance. I dare to give freely unto the truth that sets us free. I release this gift knowing it returns to me 1,000-fold. 1,000-fold. And remember, it's not a one-way street. That your generosity returns to you. So thank you. Thank you again for joining us. Be sure to tell somebody, about this. Come back, listen to it again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us in social media, whatever it is. Remember to take this consciousness and multiply it. See you next time.